Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Creating Your Desired Life. With your host, I am Dr. Esther Graham, and I'm so super excited that you are joining me today. I have a very powerful guest to introduce you today about AI. So what are we talking about today? How to make AI work for you is our topic today. And this topic, it was so important to me. And why? Because I'm that person, I'm that girl who was afraid to embrace AI. I really was. I thought, nah, that's not, it's imposter syndrome. If you use AI, it's not really you. And I just had all of these, honestly, negative thoughts about AI. And I really could not see how AI could benefit really anything that I'm doing. I've listened to the news about AI and they're always talking about the negative and the positive. I'm like, I'm not too sure. I've looked at a TV show, y'all know, like I, uh, I look at TV shows that's got the AI and they say, oh, is this AI or is this real? What is this? And so I honestly thought for myself that AI could really not help me in my business at all or in anything I'm doing. Well, I must tell you, that is not the truth. That is not the truth. Several months ago, almost, I believe a year ago, I met someone who is an AI guru. And she gave me a totally different perspective on AI and the benefits of AI and how AI can really enhance what you're doing. It's not there to replace what you're doing, but it is there to enhance everything that you're doing. And since then, I have just been honestly stretching myself. You know how sometimes in life you've just got to stretch yourself to embrace something new? That is exactly what I had to do. So I am ready to introduce you to one of my favorite people in the world. This is going to be a bubbly conversation, y'all, because she is hilarious. But I want you to make sure you get your journals and you take out notes, because if you're a person that has had concerns about AI, she's going to remove all of those concerns. If you're a person that you're already using AI, but you're like, I still want to know more about AI, then you need to hear what she has to say. And by the way, you need to wait till the ending of this entire episode where you would get to connect with her so she can help you with your AI, with everything that you want to do with AI. So my very special guest is Mrs. Okay, Kreda McCullough. And I'm laughing because I'm just thinking about our conversation. As I introduced to her, she is the CEO of, what is it called again? It's what the CEO of, all right, I got to get it. I have to get it right, y'all. I'm sorry. The CEO of, what's the company's name? I got to ask my producer again. It's not in my ear. But the middle of it is vibe. Okay, I got to make sure I say it right. She's going to say it herself. So, okay, y'all. So she is the CEO of a company that has in the middle, it says vibe. I got to make sure I say it right. Right? She's going to come and tell you all things AI. So I cannot wait for you. Come on, let's give her some love. Let's welcome Kreda McCullough.
Hey y'all! Hey!
Oh, okay. Tell me the name of the company again, because I don't have it written in front of me, which I normally do, and I'm not hearing it in my ears. Well, go ahead, because I have to say it right.
Visionary Vibe Solutions.
That's right. Visionary Vibe Solution. Did I say it right? That's why I was
Yes.
laughing, y'all, because I was practicing getting the vibe, because I would say Visionary Vibe Solutions, right? She said, no, it's
No.
Visionary Vibe Solution.
Yes. Yes. That's
And the
it.
vibe, even in her logo, is accentuated to where
Yes.
so when you see the logo, you cannot say Visionary Vibe Solution. That's not the right way. No. You have to say Visionary Vibe Solution. So, Miss
Yes.
Greta, so I'm so grateful and so honored to have you today
Thank
joining us. What would you like to tell you about? You would like to tell us about what you're doing in the world. What are the great things that you're doing in the world with AI?
you. Ooh, the great things I'm doing with AI is I am testing out several different AI tools so I can be able to help you, for example, just kind of demystify, if you will, demystify like the fears of AI. So
Yeah, yeah,
every Friday I call it my AI day,
yeah,
and I just check out different tools and see if they would work for me, work for my clients, and yeah, that's what I do. That's
yeah.
my AI world right now.
I mean, excuse me, and honestly, she's putting this in a nutshell because she does lot. She does so much. I've been to when I first met Kreda was at a mastermind, and we were and she began to talk about AI, and then I saw her do a training on AI, and I said, oh, let me connect with this person, at least see what AI is all about. Because as I said earlier, I'm that person that was like, oh, I'm not sure about AI. I'm not sure how it could help me or anything like that. But Kreda here brings it to reality for you, brings it to where, no, it helps you, it enhances everything that you're doing. And she has even created her own AI tool. And not she's did it. She could also do it for you. I just want to plant that bug. She could do it for you as well. So let's just begin to talk about your story, right? Because I know that you're in marketing, you're a marketing guru, you've did a lot of things. How did you begin to say, let me begin to embrace AI and do all of these things to where it becomes a profitable tool and enhancement to what entrepreneurs, parallelpreneurs, CEOs, anybody that, can use it. It's not the AI to where you remember, and I think that was part of it with me, how they were saying students are using it and it's not their work, it's AI work. And so it's not
Mhm.
anything like that, what we're talking about today. We are talking about how can AI benefit us in everything that we're doing. So let's just start there, Kreda. But I want you to share your story first.
So the reason I started to use AI was because my son has intellectual disabilities and he has autism. We found that information out in 2019, and I just began to do research on it. What did I need to do? What did my husband need to do? What did the school need to do? Because I really wanted to advocate for him. But at that time, there were no AI tools. So I was really just using Google to try to figure things out. I want to say in 2021, I heard about ChatGPT, and I just started doing research in ChatGPT, and then it turned into me doing research into Perplexity to be able to truly understand what was happening with my son, truly understand how to advocate for him. So even out of that, I was like, oh, wait a minute. If these AI tools can help me create these letters, understand what's going on with my son, then it can absolutely help me in my business. So I started to use Chat GPT and Perplexity in my business. And once I figured out the right ways to use it, that you can train it, that you can do all of these different things with it, I started to use it to help me create better strategies and use data driven insights with my clients. So yeah, that is my AI story. And yep, and I've been using it ever since.
With personally using it because of the interest you had in your son, with your
Yes.
son, which is so here's the personal piece. Her son he's has a disability. He's
Mm-hmm.
autistic, and in
Mm-hmm.
2019 there was nothing out there. And so
Nope.
with her doing all the research, she started that. I want you all to think about this. So she started personally using this to see, and then you discovered, wait a minute, that this could really help with business because AI does a lot. Tell us a
Right.
little bit about what does AI actually, like, what's your experience? What does it do? I've been at one of your trains, so I've seen like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, wow. But what does AI really do?
Oh my goodness. AI tools can do so many different things. It can boost efficiency. You can use it to automate your task. It can help you with data entry. It can help you create content, of course, which is probably like the main thing that people are doing. But it can also help you with market research, which is a way that I tend to use it with my clients. So instead of me going to all of these different websites, to do market research for my clients, I can just go to one specific AI tool, and that will lead me to the different sites and different places that I can find these analytics and these real time insights. Um, like I said, Chat GPT can help you with content, but it can also help you create strategy. um, Claude AI, it can help you create strategy as well, but it can help you create content. The difference, if you will, between ChatGPT and Claude is that Claude gives you more of an emotional piece in your content. I think ChatGPT uses a lot of robotic words. You can tell it not to, but it'll still slip it in from time to time. But Claude really, really speaks to the emotional pieces, which is the reason that people buy from us usually is emotion, then logic.
Yeah. So when you say robotic words, what do you mean by robot? Give me some example of robotic words.
So if you if you are on anybody's social media platform and you see the words embark,
Right.
embrace, delve, I
What's
think
that
the
word,
new thing,
delve?
delve, yeah, DELVE, yes.
Okay.
And I think the new thing is people starting their content pieces with, ever wonder why dot dot dot? And I'm like, that was written by AI.
Yeah.
The unlocks, unleashes, unlock your full potential. And I'm still seeing that. And I'm just like, come on, guys, we can train these AI tools to
Yeah.
speak like us.
So how would you do that though? Like, how do you train the AI tools? So what I hear you say, because I heard someone else say this before, I've heard you say it. Then I heard someone saying that they've trained their AI tool to speak like them.
Mhm.
I thought, how do you do that? And I've heard you say it. How do you train AI to speak like you?
So one really good way to do it is if you've been speaking and you have like a whole bunch of different transcripts of you speaking in your natural voice, right? So for me, it would be me speaking in my natural Kreda brand with Kreda voice.
And say,
Down
what?
and say vibe, not vibe, okay?
I
So you
love
have to make sure it's you, specifically you, right? You
Yeah.
download those transcripts, you can upload them into Chat GPT and ask it, how would you describe my vibe, my tone, my brand's voice? So what it'll do is it'll describe it. You can go in and you can be like, nah, that's not me, or okay, cool. You can make those changes there. And then what you can do is go in and say, okay, so if you were my ghostwriter, how would you describe the way that I speak? And tell it to use first person. So once it does that, it gives you all of this information. What you can do is go into customize Chat GPT, and you
Oh,
can put that in where it says, how do you want Chat GPT to respond to you?
wow. What about, now I heard someone talking about Google Gemini. Is that how you say Gemini or Gemini?
Gemini, Gemini.
Gemini. So what
Mhm.
about that one? Is that like similar to Chat GPT, or is it, because here's the issue. Like I hear about all these different ones. There's Chat GPT, there's Ask Ask something. Now I just heard
GPT.
about Gemini. As a matter of fact, when I was on Google, Google came on and or on my phone, it says, "Oh, now you have access to Google Gemini." And I'm thinking, Google Gemini. Now, which one is this? Because I'm that person. Listen, I'm not the technology savvy person. I'm like, oh my God, another tool. Whoa. So,
Don't let it overwhelm you, Dr. Esther. Don't let it overwhelm you.
oh my God, And so, yeah, because you really can. And for me, when I get overwhelmed with all of these, it's like, okay, no, I'm just going to say what I don't know is this. Just say what I have to say. Yeah. So what's that? Because you've talked about Claude. Claude
Mhm.
is more emotional, you said,
Yeah. Yes.
right? Then there's
Mhm.
Chat GPT. Chat
Mhm.
GPT, that seems to be the most popular one.
Mhm.
I don't know how relevant it is, but is that the most relevant? And then there's the Ask. Is it Ask GPT? I think it is.
SGPT.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then there's Gemini. Google. So what? Like. what's the difference in all this? Like, what is Google Gemini?
So they're all generative AI, right? So they're all conversational. You can just type in something and it'll just give you an answer, right? For me, Gemini, it goes off of Google. So for example, I've tried to use it for market research for clients and their competitors.
Hmm.
And the answer that it gave me was I'm unable to provide that information. I'm unable to research that. And I'm like, what? But you're Google. So that turned me off. Once something turns me off, I guess that's the Aquarius in me. Once
Yeah,
something turns me off, I'm done.
yeah,
So every now and then I'll go in and try it because I do use Google products.
okay.
So when I'm creating content, if you will, or content strategies, it'll ask me like, do you want to rewrite this? And I've tested that out a little bit, but it never rewrites it the way that I want it to
Oh, yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
rewritten. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I know that
that's
it's asked me that before as well. And I just say
mhm,
no because I'm not even, I'm not familiar with it. Listen, I say no when even because I think now on LinkedIn and I think even on
well,
Facebook, they're asking you, do you want this to be written by AI? I'm like, no,
yeah, mm-mm,
don't rewrite it for me
no.
because, yeah. So, so with the emotions, you said Claude is a little bit more emotional. Give me an
Mhm,
example. So here's Chat GPT or any
mhm,
other one that's got the robotic, as you said,
right.
right? And then here's Claude.
Mhm.
Give me like, let me put unleash your power. What would Claude do?
So for unleash your power, Clark would not say unleash your power. Unleash your power. It would probably say feel your power or something that's not those words. Like I know one thing ChatGPT does is it says additionally or moreover, and I'm like, no. If you speak that way, great. That is amazing. But
What's
Claude
funny?
won't do
Good. What's funny about that is when you said that, I'm thinking, oh, I say additionally.
I know you
I
do.
say it all the time, and I don't even use the Chat GPT for it. I just honestly, but
Right.
even sometimes when I'm writing my own, blah, 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 and I'll say additionally, da, 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 moreover, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but so that's
Right. But
interesting though. Yeah, yeah,
everybody's not speaking that way. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And I
yeah.
think sometimes too, like with Chat GPT, like going back to the fact that you use moreover and additionally, um, I think it uses
And
a
so
bunch of
much as.
emojis. Yes, it
Right.
uses a bunch of emojis too. So I used to use a gang of emojis and everything in my emails, and then I stopped because I was like, "Well, I don't want people to think that this was AI and da 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 da." And I'm like, "But that's your brand credit. This is me talking to myself. Yes,
Yeah,
that's your
yeah,
brand credit." So I just recently, after all these years in AI, I've started back using
yeah,
emojis because I'm like, that was your brand before that. So just keep
yeah.
it real, be vulnerable, be yourself, and the clients will come, if you will,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's really good to say because, like, for me, I do speak like that. And one of my big issues was I don't want people to think this is Chat GPT. And I will
Mhm,
tell you, I've now, because of you, I've began to use Chat GPT here and there,
mhm,
like for example, I'll use it to do some research and I'll say, tell me what's the going rate in this particular industry at this time, blah, 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 and it'll give me da, 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 give me a strategy. And then if it gives me something, I'll read it and I'll say, oh, I need a little bit more deeper. And I'll say, give me some deeper, give me this, give me that, and it'll do it. So I really honestly enjoy that about it. Like I will actually say, create a form for me to track this, da, 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 da.
mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
and it will do that. That means I don't even have to get up there and create the form. I could just click and paste, okay, this form, and then I just make whatever changes I need to make. So I do
Mhm,
like that. But what I've always been concerned is like I like what you're saying, I have to laugh because I do say additionally, moreover, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes I could be very like, especially when I'm writing, I could be very in my now in a person in reaching now I'm gonna fool around and say yeah and so I'm gonna be regular but
right.
and I've always been like that and so
Mhm,
how then, like a person like me, how could we like make sure that people don't always think it's chat GPT? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Right, right. But there are some nuances in your voice and the way that you speak that,
Yeah.
people would be able to tell that that's the real Dr. Esther.
Yeah.
You know what I
Here's
mean?
the
So,
other piece too. When I think about the benefits of AI is that as I read it and I ask, let's say I put something in chat GPT and I say it and I'm reading it, I many times say, oh, this just sounds like something I will exactly say. So yeah,
mhm.
let me post it. But I'll go in and I'll read it and I say, oh, this doesn't sound exact. And I'll change it up. But at
Yes,
least it's given me a framework.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I want to go back real quick. You said you used Chat GPT for specific information. Perplexity would be better at pulling specific information. Chat
So
GPT is really good with strategy. Perplexity AI.
okay. And so,
Perplexity.
like for
Mhm.
strategy or when you're thinking, okay,
Yeah, so Chat GPT for strategy, right?
okay,
So you could use which is this is me and my techie brain, I guess.
mhm,
Um use Chat GPT for strategy, use Perplexity AI for research for your strategy.
okay. Oh,
So,
so guys, I hope y'all are listening really well, especially if you're thinking about AI and if you're already using it. Maybe this will even enlighten you with just more information because, again, I've gone to Creda's trainings, not just once, twice. I've listened, and I have now, proudly say I have embraced AI. And no, I have not expanded. I know, right? I'm not expanding the other ones, but at least chat GPT and I think ask uh whatever it's called, ask
Ask GPT.
GPT. Um so you use Perplexity AI
Hmm.
for like research
Yes.
and then you use chat GPT for strategy. You could do
Yes.
this all yourself. And so after Perplexity gives me whatever the research results are, I could then
Mhm.
take that and put it in chat GPT and say, give me the strategy for this. I love
Yes.
it. Or y'all, what you can do is do like what I do is contact Creda
Hello. Hello.
and have that done for you.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
really, that's what I do. I mean, I have the I may do something simple like boom, boom, boom. Oh, let me think about this. I want to design a letter saying this, and this is what I wanted to say. And I may put it in and then I'll change it up and say, okay, let me send this letter out to this person or that person. I'll do it like that. But yeah, so give me a good example then, Creda, and tell me if I'm going like way off. Pull me
Mhm.
back in and tell me how what you can share with our audience that boom, this is something they could do right away. I'm just thinking in my mind, I'm not the techie person like you. I don't have a techie brain.
Mhm.
And so I want to do, let's say, research on how to how to I don't know, track dogs. I don't know, to
Okay.
dog owners. What type of coaching would dog owners need?
Right. Right.
So
Okay.
do the
Okay.
research. They give me the research, and then tell me how would I put that in for a strategy. Just give me like give us an overview of that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
An
So you go
example.
to Perplexity, you ask, what type of coaching would a dog person want, if you will. They will give you all of that information. It's going to give you all of that dog person information. And what you can do with that is all you have to do is really copy it, paste it into Chat GPT, and
Really?
ask it specifically. Say, you can say something like, "What type of coaching strategy can I create for this particular client?"
Yeah.
Or the dog owner or whoever it is, right? And
Mhm.
it'll give that to you. You'll probably have to go in and say, okay, well, I'm not going that far, or that's not enough, but you
Yeah.
can literally copy and paste out of one AI tool into another.
Wow.
And it is
Yeah.
amazing. Yes.
Amazing. Yeah, I bring up the dog to make you laugh. I bring up the dog everywhere because my husband has a very well trained dog and he's beautiful.
Yes.
Everybody loves him. I'm a
Beautiful,
dog. Yeah,
beautiful
he
dog.
is. He is beautiful. He's a good dog. My husband said, Esther, there's more dog lovers in the world than non-dog lovers. And I was like, no, it's not. But I've discovered yes, there is. And I tell people I'm a dog liker. And he's a dog lover. And so
Hmm.
I've had to bring it up. I was like, how do you coach people how to put dogs?
You know what? That could be a niche. I'm just saying.
'Cause let me tell you, him and his dog, sometimes I look and I think, boy, if he had to pick, I think he would pick that dog over me.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Let me ask Chat GPT about this.
Right.
When
No,
your
I wouldn't
answer
ask
the dog
ChatGPT.
over you, what's the strategy for this?
I would start with perplexity because ChatGPT is gonna make you feel good. Perplexity is gonna be like, look, this is the reason. Now you go create a strategy off of that.
That is so good, so good. So with perplexity, I
Mm-mm.
could use that for research. Perplexity is also more emotional, as opposed to no perplexity. Oh, that's
Claude,
Claude. Okay, I got to remember the different ones. Okay, y'all. So we're talking about perplexity, which is for
research,
research, and then Claude will give you the emotional
content.
content. What would be interesting, and can you do this, Kreda? Is
Mhm,
if you put in something in Chat GPT that comes up with the robotic words, and you cut
mhm.
and paste and you put it in Claude.
I do that.
You do, you did do that. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
I do that for
Yeah,
my content and for everybody else's. Like I have all of these different projects for all of my different clients, right?
yeah, yeah.
Which is why I have all of the paid versions. You get more for your buck, if you will,
If you do
when
the
you
paid,
get the
yeah,
paid versions. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I do that all the time. All the time.
Oh,
And
wow, that's
yeah, and
good. That's
I think the only thing I don't care for as it relates to Claude, because it's gotten to know me, is it'll say something like, "Hey girl," or "Hey sis," and I'm like, let's not do the stereotypical black thing, okay? And I've had to say
I
that
like that. Yeah.
and create projects and create different things to let it know, like, do not you yes, I am a black woman, but do not use the stereotypical black language that you've probably been taught. And I say that I talk to the GPTs just like that.
So, okay, so here's the question. When you told Claude that, what was Claude's response?
It apologized. It
Okay,
apologized
good.
and it removed those pieces out of my content.
Oh, I love that. I
Mhm.
love that. That's so good. The person that I heard about Gemini with and then it's after I heard them talk about they use Google Gemini, and she said that how Google Gemini now knows her voice, and when she gets on, it'll say, "Hi, so and so," that time. I thought, oh, that's interesting.
Mhm.
And of course, then after that, I started seeing it on my email and different things. And for me, I was like, that's way too much. I'm still now trying to master Chat GPT.
Right. That's great. And I like that you said that because that's what I like to tell people too.
Yeah,
Master one.
yeah.
Don't try to do a whole bunch at once because you're going to lose your mind. You're going to be like, oh my God, this one does this. Oh my God, this one does this. And you're going to get overwhelmed. And then you're not going to want to use any.
None of them. You just shut all the way down. You're like, okay, I'm done.
Right.
Especially like
Right.
if you're like me, everyone, if you're like me, like you're really digging deep. And after a while, you're like, this is way too much. Okay, I'm done. Let me
Yeah.
call Kreda.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I even do it sometimes when
Yeah, yeah.
with my own stuff. I'm like, all right, that's enough for you for the day. I'm gonna go do something else, do something more creative, and then I come back to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So with AI, so
Mhm.
you basically do you use it in every area? I know you use it in your business, and I know this part of your business is helping clients through AI. Am I right?
Mhm.
And don't you have like a mastermind or something coming up soon?
I do have a group program that actually starts on February the 5th at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's an 8-week program. It's
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Messaging That Moves and Converts. And in that group program, not only am I teaching you how to make sure your messaging converts and you get your leads, but I'm also giving AI tools that I've created to help you even more with engagement on LinkedIn, even more with your content, of course, making it sound like you, because I don't like the robotic talk. And that's what I teach my clients anyway. I feel like the, when you work with people, they're going to find out who you are anyway.
Oh, for sure,
So
100%.
just be you from the jump.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of strategy around that. If there's solopreneurs, there's workflow systems that I've created for them. If they have teams, there's workflow systems that I've created for them as well. So yeah.
So you said that in this program that you're teaching, you're in within that you're even teaching how you've created tools, individual tools for that person to where the AI now has their voice, their makeup, their is that what I heard?
Yes,
Talk to us a
ma'am.
little bit. Talk to us a little bit about that because like if people are saying, "Oh no, I need that," give us some more information. Because listen, y'all, if this is something that you're headed in this path, no matter what your career field is, no matter what you're doing, you may want to listen to this, and you probably, if I would highly recommend that you find out about this program and jump on it because again, I started embracing AI when I first went to Kreda's training. I met her at an event and I listened. I said, "Oh, this is good." And I've heard her a couple of times. It's like, let me find out more about this. So, yeah.
So the AI tools that I've created specifically for this group, one is called a right fit client blueprint.
A what?
And a right fit client, because I
Ooh,
mean
I
it's
love it.
right fit client blueprint.
Yeah.
And what it does is it asks a series of questions to get information about you. And
Yeah.
then it gives you all of this information about your right fit client, the person that's going to buy from you. It gives you demographics, it gives you psychographics, it gives you
Ooh.
objectives that they may have if they might say, oh, this is too expensive. And it will give you what to say for the objective. So that's like the really big one that I love so much. And I was really, really proud when I created that one. And the other one is called thoughtful engagement. So
Mm.
what that one does is it allows you to engage with other people. I use LinkedIn a lot. So it allows you to engage with people on LinkedIn using your authentic voice.
I
So
love
even with
that.
that one, it asks you a series of questions, and then you type in the post, and it'll give you what to say to engage. Because let's be honest, we can't just sit and wait for people to come to us. We have
Yeah.
to do some outreach. So
Yeah.
that's a piece of the strategy that I like to teach my clients as well. But this thoughtful, I call it the thoughtful engagement GPT, is something that I created to help make that faster and more efficient.
Yeah, yeah. So good. So good. So you help then entrepreneurs like myself, um, but you also help solopreneurs, CEO. What I actually love about everything that you're doing, you haven't limited yourself to a certain niche. If you're a parent, as Kreda said, she really got into this because in our education system, especially when you have a child with some level of disability, many times you don't know how to communicate, how to design that letter, right? That goes out to the teachers or to let's say the powers that be, so your child could get the services. And sometimes even the schools need help with that. And,
Yes,
and so you help with that as well. So if you're a mom, and you're listening, or you've got a child or you just got a child in school and you got to reach out to the school, you've got some letters that you have to write, you AI really helps with that, and then you cater it to what you want, right?
absolutely. And I have a I have a story about that one.
Oh,
So
please tell us.
yes, yes. So by using AI, by using Perplexity, by using ChatGPT, by
Yeah.
using Claude, I was able to get to the district's special education coordinator, and now she is in every single one of our IEP meetings, be
Oh,
it on the phone, be it in person. The last couple she was in person. The ones before she was on, I think it was Microsoft Teams, but nevertheless, she is on every single call. She calls
that's
and
so
checks
good.
on us. She emails. So, it really helped me be the advocate that I need to be for my son. So,
Yeah, that's and so what I hear you saying, and I'm going to repeat it again, is that Chat GPT just really helped you design the letters and everything that needed to go out to them and the strategy to make
yes,
sure that they're on board. I think that's really important, Creda, because if we don't do things like that, then if we don't take action, if we aren't forward moving, then we're going to be stuck. And even something like making sure that your son gets the support that he needs it, the family gets the support, that the schools are doing exactly what they're going to do. Many times we don't know, and that's how we get stuck. And this is where AI comes in to help. And I
yes.
think this is one of the benefits. Again, going from a person who's like, oh, AI, no, and now seeing, oh, there's so many benefits.
Yes. I mean, even recipes, meal plans. On
Yeah,
on
yes.
Sundays, I go into ChatGPT and I'm like, okay, this is what I have in my fridge. What can I create? What do I need to buy at the grocery store? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's good. That piece I wouldn't need, but yeah. You've lost me with that one. Yeah.
My bad, my bad. But if you cook, y'all, if you
But
cook,
if I cooked. I used to cook. I just don't do it much anymore. But yeah. But no, but that's so, so good. So if you were to tell our listeners,
Mhm.
what would be your number one, your recommendation for them as they are embracing Chat GPT or any AI? What would be your recommendation for them? And then after you've told them that, credit, I really want you to share, tell us again the information, how people can connect with you for that training, or just have a conversation with you about it. Because I think if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, CEO, parallelpreneur, um, you're retired, you're a mom, you're a dad, and there's some things that you're doing, you got a side hustle, whatever it is, AI can help you. There are benefits to it. There are benefits. So, and this is the person you would want to, excuse me, to connect to get those benefits, to find out about, at least explore it, if nothing
Yes.
else, and then make a very informed decision if this tool or whatever tool is for you. So, share with that just a bit.
So the first thing that I will say is when you start working into ChatGPT, 9 times out of 10, you're going to use it to create content. Do not copy and paste directly from ChatGPT into your LinkedIn or into your Facebook. Don't do that because it is inauthentic and people will be able to tell,
Yeah,
period.
for sure. 100%.
Yes, absolutely. What was the other question, Dr. Esther?
And then the other question was, so let me go back. So
Yeah,
don't put something in your Chat GPT and then cut and paste and put it on LinkedIn, Facebook, or any of that, because
right.
you really can tell. You use it, but then look at it and then make it yours.
Yes,
Make it
absolutely.
make it yours. Make it your voice, because you do have to watch, because sometimes I know I've put stuff in there and I'm like, oh, so no, I wouldn't even say that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it like that. That's not even my language. And so you have to go in and change it. The other question is, for that person, tell us a little bit about your program and how can
Mhm.
really people connect with you? You know,
Okay.
how can we reach you?
You can reach me. No. So I am extremely active on LinkedIn, and you can go in and you can type Kreda McCullough, Kreda. My son says, D as in David A. McCullough, McCullough.
Yeah.
As it relates to the program, it's a pretty long, it's a long website situation. That's crazy. I can't think of that. But it's go dot visionaryvibesolutions.com / accelerator.
Okay. But on your LinkedIn, you've got the information in there. Because
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
think that's where I saw it. I think I was on LinkedIn or Facebook or somewhere, and I said,
Mhm.
"Oh, Creda's got a program coming up." So good. And it starts when?
Wednesday, February 5th. Get in where you fit in, y'all.
Yeah, that's next week, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Good, good. And so listen, everyone, make sure get in where you fit in. If this is AI is something that you're interested in deep diving into, which I highly recommend that you do, then you definitely want to connect with Creda, because what Creda does is that she spends, number one, she spends the time with you. She gets to know who you are, and then she actually tells you, no, this is going to work, this isn't going to work, this sounds good. I mean, she just goes in. So this isn't just something that is like, oh, no, no, no. You're going to deep dive into AI. You're going to get the tools. You're going to find out, and then you get to decide
Right.
what works for you and what does not work for you. But what this is going to do is give you something to make a good decision on. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you definitely want to connect. Go visit her on LinkedIn. Are you even on Facebook? I don't know if you are.
I am on Facebook. I've actually just recently created a new page because I was tired of my aunts and uncles and everybody saying how beautiful I am, even though I know I am, but not on my business post. So I really want to connect with the business folks. So I just recently created a new one. So, and I'm working through that
Okay. And so is your and your Facebook page. I know in my Life by Design community, which by
one.
the way, y'all, this is my plug. Join my Life by Design community in Facebook.
Join
Um, Creta's on there. And I have to tell you, so you guys, so Creta will send me information, and she'll do some things for me, and then she will track to hold me accountable. I didn't see this. I'm like, oops.
her. Yes. Yes. Accountability is a big piece of
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah. And you want someone, honestly, that's in your corner, that's going to help hold you accountable for the goals. Listen, this is called creating your desired life. We are all about creating the life that you want. So many times we spend it thinking about what we don't want. Let's think about what we do want, and what tools do we need to help us create that desired life in every area of our life. It's going according to that life by design pillars. It's in our business, it's in our wealth, it's in our health, it's in our relationships, it's in everything. And so part of this, the AI, it can really benefit you in really accelerating what you're doing in the marketplace. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
It can help you in the synagogues. It can help you in the churches, in the mosque. It can help you in the school. It can help you in every area. And so this is something I think that if you haven't embraced it, if you're still not sure, begin to go ahead and just lean in just a bit, just a bit,
Yes.
just a bit. So Creta, what's your quote? And tell us about your quote.
Well, since you asked, no, my quote is from the lovely Maya Angelou, and it's I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
One more time. People will say it again. Forget.
People will forget what you said,
Yeah.
people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
And so why is that your quote?
When I first heard it, it just really connected with me because I'm such a connector within myself, if you will. Like I still remember how I felt about something that happened when I was 2 years old.
Wow. Wow.
So when I heard this quote, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I was like, "Yeah, this is me," and it fits in every single thing that I do. It fits in what I do for my family, what I do for myself, and even what I do for my clients.
Yeah.
So I was like, "This is it. This is it." This was even my quote at the end of my signature when I was working in corporate America.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I love that. That's a great Maya Angelou quote. And it's so true that people won't forget how you make them feel. And so speaking of someone who have worked with you, when I'm finished talking to you, when I'm finished with you with AI and, discussing just an area that I'm just not familiar with, I don't leave the stage feeling like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I honestly feel like, oh, okay, I could do this, especially when it's like, okay, it's one step at a time. Okay, let me read this. Let me look at this. And it's really, for me, it's like a training ground. Like, oh, wow, I didn't realize this. I didn't know this. So thank you so much for sharing that quote. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. Any last words before we let you go?
thank you, Dr. Esther, aka Dr. E. That's what I like to call you. I just appreciate you, and just I'm happy I met you. You have been just tremendous in my world, and that's all I got.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, everyone, let's give Kreda some love. Make sure that you connect with her. Do not delay. Do not waste time. Listen, the program begins next Wednesday. So if you're interested, make sure you jump on LinkedIn, find that link, and get registered. Trust me, it will be worth it. 100%. We'll be right back. As you saw, it was reflection time. I want you, with your journals to make sure, think about where you are with AI and what you would like to do. Reflect on where you are and where you would like to be. And of course, if AI is something that you're interested in, embracing even more, learning more about it, how can it benefit you? How can it do all these things for you? Then I just want to encourage you to connect with Kreda. All right. Listen, it's a powerful tool that can really help take you from this level to this level, which, by the way, it also cuts time. It cuts time. We spend so much time trying to create all these different things. It can give you the framework, but make sure that as you look at that it is authentically you. Stay tuned for a brief message from our sponsor. Yes, everyone. It's the Life by Design retreat, May 12th through the 19th. I am personally inviting you to join me in Cartagena, Colombia for a transforcation, a time where you're on vacation, but there's some transformation going on, a time to where you could not only connect with yourself or reconnect with yourself, but you're also going to connect with other people as well. It's a time for laughter, a time for tears, a time for dancing, a time for healing, a time where you can literally find your voice or rediscover your voice. It is the journey back to you. Many times we've lost ourselves as we go through life. And this is a time where you just get to get away. And guess what? You get to retreat. You get to be rejuvenated, to relax, and journey back to the person you were created to be in the first place. I cannot wait to see you there. I cannot wait to see you. Make sure you click the link. Go on the Festa Della Donna website, www.fedwomen.com, or Dr. Esther Graham or esthergraham.com. And you will see the link right there for you to get more information about the Life by Design retreat. I am so honored that you made the decision to join me today. I cannot wait to see you next time. Have a great week on purpose. Listen, and don't forget to take that quote from Maya Angelou and process it, think about it, and place it into your life. Journal about it and let it carry you through your week. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.